Have you ever wondered how over 100 people can simply vanish from an established settlement without leaving a single trace of violence or struggle behind? In 1587, a group of English colonists arrived at Roanoke Island off the coast of what is now North Carolina, driven by the ambition to build a new life in the New World. It was a perilous endeavor from the start. Supplies were dwindling, relationships with local indigenous tribes were tense, and the colonists were completely isolated from England. Faced with these mounting pressures, their leader, John White, made the difficult decision to return to England to secure desperately needed resources. He promised to return within months, but the outbreak of a major war between England and Spain forced him to stay away for 3 long years. When John White finally returned to Roanoke in 1590, he expected to find his family and the community awaiting his arrival. Instead, he was met with a chilling, eerie silence. The site was overgrown with weeds and shrubs. The houses had been carefully dismantled, not destroyed in a chaotic attack. There were no bodies, no signs of battle, and none of the wreckage typically associated with a raid. The colony that had held over 100 souls, including men, women, and children, was completely empty. It was as if they had simply decided to pick up and leave, yet they had left no clear indication of where they had gone or why. The only clue left behind was the word Croatoan, carved prominently into a wooden post near the entrance of the settlement. There was no accompanying cross carved into the wood, which had been the prearranged signal the colonists agreed upon to indicate that they were in trouble or had been forced to leave. This singular word pointed toward a nearby island inhabited by the Croatoan people, a tribe that had generally maintained friendly relations with the English. But despite White's desperate attempts to search that island, severe storms and dangerous sea conditions made it impossible to continue his investigation. Over the centuries, historians have debated the fate of the Roanoke settlers. Did they attempt to sail back to England and perish at sea? Were they wiped out by a violent clash with another tribe? Or perhaps more plausibly, did they assimilate into the local Croatoan population to survive, trading their English identities for a new life among the indigenous inhabitants of the region? Recent archaeological excavations and DNA studies have begun to offer tantalizing, though still inconclusive, hints. Evidence of European artifacts at nearby sites and oral histories from local tribes suggest that the settlers may have dispersed and integrated rather than met a tragic end. Yet, the definitive truth of the lost colony remains just out of reach. Roanoke stands as one of history's most enduring puzzles, a reminder of how easily the foundations of our past can simply slip into the shadows. If you want to keep exploring the darkest mysteries of our world, please subscribe.